Hi, thank you for joining us. My name is Amy Collins, also known as the Pilates Rebel, and I'm here today at the Transformation Station, who are in collaboration with White Ibiza, to give you a Pilates class, full body conditioning. It'll be half an hour with extra emphasis on back stretching and loosening off all of those tight areas that being in lockdown have caused. We're going to start straight away, so with some roll downs to loosen off a little bit. So let us begin by getting the feet hip distance and parallel and making sure our spines are in neutral. So push the top of your head to the ceiling. Let's stand really, really tall. Get the weight evenly spread across your feet, palms to the front, deep breath in. And let's put our chins on our chests, pull our tummies in as we roll down, letting the hands float away from the legs with a little touch of softness in the knees. Now, I want to nod and shake the head to give us a bit of loosening in the neck and swing the arms about a little bit as well. Then we'll take a deep breath in and exhale as we stack up again. One vertebrae at a time. Give the shoulders a roll, and then we're going to come to the back of the mat because, like I said, I want to put some warmth through the body very, very quickly before we get the legs burning up. That'll be nice. So get the feet, again, hip distance and parallel, ready for roll down, standing even taller. Deep breath into the rib cage. Chins on chest, and really make it tight this time. So pull pubic bone to navel, navel to spine as we roll down, loosening off the neck again. Give the arms a bit of a swing, and I want to come down into a static down dog. So just spread the fingers wide, really let your neck relax, just press those heels down as much as you can, turn the tailbones up, and press those chests through to the knees. And we're going to take 5 deep breaths here, in through the nose, into the back and sides of the rib cage, and really concentrate when you're blowing the air out through the mouth on shutting those ribs down, turning tailbone up, and just getting all of those stingers out of the backs of the legs. 2 more deep breaths. Really turn those elbows inwards as well. And ribs, ribs, ribs. Okay, and then from here, we're going to come forwards into a cheeky high plank. You can put the knees down if you would like to. If you want to just stay plain in plank, you can, but otherwise we're going to do 6 little shoulder taps, right hand to left shoulder, and change. 3, 4, 5, and 6. And back into down dog. Hello. Let's walk back into the bottom of the roll down. I have company, I'm not talking to myself. All right, let's have another little nod and a shake. Swing the arms, deep breath in. And let's just exhale as we tuck those tailbones under and stack up 1 vertebrae at a time. Now, give the shoulders a roll because it's time to get to business. I want to get the legs working at the same time as opening out the chest and the shoulders. So we're going to start with a squat action. So take the feet, I'm going to go a little bit wider than hips, about shoulder distance apart. If you want your toes to turn out very slightly, that is fine. But if you hold the toes up off the floor and keep the balls of the feet down, that will protect your knees by forcing them not to go past your midfoot. So we're going to begin by inhaling as we sit back into the squat. The arms come high, so it's a little bit like chair pose. As we exhale, drive up through the heels, tuck the tailbone under, palms back, and squeeze the shoulder blades together. So inhale down, get those ears right between the biceps. Exhale up with a tuck under and pulling in of the tummy. So 3 here, palms behind, squeeze the shoulder blades. 4, standing really tall as we come up. And then 5. Last one here, we're going to stay low. And then take a breath in. As we exhale, I'm pulling my left hand like a bow and arrow, watching the hand as it reaches behind me. The other hand reaches in front and back again. So, and we're going to do 6 of those. Make sure to pull those shoulder blades back and down every time. 2 more there. Nice high arms. And 6. Okay, keep the arms high. We're going to pulse for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And just to finish up here, heel lifts for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And stand. Did that wake the legs up? hopefully. All right, let's have a little shake out there, and it is time to go to the floor. Has the tech guy calmed down? Are you okay? Everything okay? We're very good. Okay, feet hip distance parallel, palms to the front again. Stand even taller and really use that rib cage activation we've been doing to pull those ribs in. Take a breath. Chin down and down we go, nice and fluidly this time. Now from here, we're walking forwards into the down dog again, and let's just get those stingy bits out of the backs of the legs again with a little pedal this time. So very slowly push that right heel to the mat as you bend the left knee, keeping the hips level. Breathe into the back of that leg, and then change that over. We're just going to do that 1 6 time as well. I'm enjoying the sixes today. And then we're really going to warm up with a nice bit of plank work today. So briefly come down to give yourselves a moment. Pop yourself into child's pose just for a second. And then, like I say, we're going to do a little bit of plank work. This is going to be quite hard. You will have choices. If it's too much to tuck your toes under and keep those knees literally an inch or two off the mat, you can keep them down and do this the same way. So I'm going to take us through it first because none of it's making sense yet, is it? No. All right, so let's come onto all fours. Lift those knees up. And from here, I'm going to push the right foot out, so it's like in a full plank. And as I exhale, pull the left knee in. Then I put the toes back down. I bring the right knee in, push the left foot out, and pull the right knee into my stomach. Now, like I say, you can do this knees on the floor. It'll still work. So the right foot comes out, and then I pull the knee in and down, and the same on the other side. Now, we're going to do this 4 more times. Right leg out, belly button to spine. Left leg out. And same again. What a cheeky little flow this is. And last one. And then knees down. Take a moment in child's pose again. And I'm hoping we should be extremely warm by this point. Is that fair to say? All right. Now, speaking of getting warm, it's time to fire up the core. I want to work really hard with this today. It's very easy to do Pilates moves without putting any effort into it. So the whole time I want us to really feel like the limbs are heavy and we're working against force and really activating the core. So let's come up into tabletop, 1 leg at a time. Knees over hips. Push those lower backs into the mat. Take a breath in. And as we exhale, I'm pushing the air out, sliding the rib cage down towards the pelvis, all the air out, stomach nice and tight. Then I'm inhaling as I come down, and then I'm coming up again in the same way, nice and high. Now I'm going to stay here, take a breath in, and as I exhale, I'll push the left leg away, straight and strong, and inhale as it comes back. Same on the other side. Inhale back, and then I curl the upper body down again. So we're going to go through that again. Exhale as I curl up. Inhale down. And exhale up again. Breath in. Exhale, left leg presses away. Inhale back. Right leg away. Inhale back. And head and shoulders down. We're going to go through that 2 more times. So exhale for the curl up, all of that air out, tummy tight. Inhale back down. And again, exhale, curl up. And this time we'll start with the right. So breath in. Exhale, right leg presses away. Inhale back. And same on the left. Inhale back. And back down with the head and shoulders. Last time. Exhale up. Inhale back down. And nice and high again. Breath in. Right leg drives away. Make sure you should be able to drop a med ball on that tummy when we do this. Same on the left. Inhale down. And come down and just pull those knees into your chest and just press your lower backs into the mat for a moment. Stomach's warm. Marvelous. Okay, well, we're not finished with them. So we're going to press the legs out, and I just want us to come up into a seated position, but we'll do it in a Pilates manner. So if you flex the feet, squeeze those heels together, arms either overhead or under your lower back for a little bit of help. Inhale as the arms come up, the chin tucks in, and exhale as we roll in a controlled manner up and have a moment's little stretch there. Now, I've been fiddling with a little combination for you. May have a little cry. A little cry? I'm not going to go crazy with it, but what I'd like us to do is come quite far forwards onto the mat, and I'm pressing my feet down, and I want to keep the feet flat on the mat. Heels, knees, hips, and shoulders are aligned, and just begin by taking hold of the fronts of your knees and pulling yourself into a nice straight-backed position. Now from here, arms out, shoulder blades down and together. Take a breath in. As we exhale, I'm tucking under, pubic bone to navel, navel to spine. I'm curling my spine as I come back, and then inhale. As I come up into a straight back, my stomach's rumbling. Exhale as I tuck under and roll back. Inhale up. So 4 more like that. Really curl that spine. Pubic bone to navel, navel to spine connection. And don't leave the shoulders behind when you come back. And last one like that. And then we're going to come up again, straighten the back out, and this time we're going to extend the legs out. This is the fun bit. So squeeze the heels together again. If you can get them up off the mat, do, but don't worry if that won't work. And also, lots of us, especially runners, have a habit of turning our feet round, so they want to give each other a little hug. Please try and avoid that. Back nice and straight, arms out in front again. Take a breath in. Exhale as we tuck under in the same way and come back. And just hold there for a second. Okay, take a breath in. Exhale as the arms lift. And inhale as they come down. So exhale up. Lovely. Inhale down. What lovely little ballerinas we are. And 3 more of these. Okay, we're not finished yet because we're going to stay here. And then arms down. Make fists with your hands. Put them together like that. Palms facing down, elbows nice and high, and forearms in a straight line. Exhale as we twist left. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. 4 more times. Okay, and then we're going to do 6 quick ones. And then all the way up, and give yourselves a little moment. Now, we need a touch of a hip stretch after that, but this really good news that we're actually going to do it again. The first proper noise from the inside of the room. We don't have the half rollbacks to do this time, but I do want to do that twisting work again because, as I always bang on about, a twisty spine is a young spine. So come up to a nice straight back, and let's have those feet flexed again, heels off the floor if you can, arms out. Take a breath. Exhale, tuck under. Go a little lower if you want to this time. Breath in. Exhale as we lift. Inhale down. Exhale up. Inhale down. 4 more. And don't rush just because you know what's coming. Okay, let's make those fists. Breath in. Exhale left. Inhale center. And then we've got our quick ones. And up again. Ooh, okay. So now we're going to roll all the way down to the mat. So squeeze the legs together again. Take a breath. Roll down 1 vertebrae at a time. And we're just going to take a quick little hip flexor stretch here because I'm sure these might be a tad sore. So pull the left knee in and point the right toes and drive them away. If you clench into that right butt cheek as well, you will feel the front of the hip opening out a touch. And if you would like to, I quite like to take my knee out to the side here and just get a bit of an inner thigh. That's as good as palms of the feet. Inner thigh stretch there. So just another couple of seconds. We don't need much yet. And then we're going to bring that back. Bring the right knee in first. Hold on to it and then push those left toes away. And again, squeeze into that left butt cheek. Really pull the right in. And if you want to, you can go into that inner thigh stretch again. This has been quite relaxing. Okay. Right, back we go with that foot. So now it's time for the 100. We must. Always brings a whimper on that one, doesn't it? Let's come up into tabletop again, one leg at a time. Knees and heels are squeezed together, head and shoulders off the floor, unless, of course, it hurts your neck, then you'll put them back down. We're reaching down by our sides. And in fact, we'll do a couple of different techniques here. But the first one, we start by inhaling as we pulse the arms 5 times and exhaling as they pulse 5 times, really pulling the tummy in and squeezing the knees together. You can stay with that for the whole 100 counts if you want to. Otherwise, you can take your knees to hip distance and we can go in, 2, 3, 4, 5, push the leg away, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 3, 4, 5, and alternate. And then if you want to go further, knees and heels back together, we'll do the double. That's it, really squeeze. We've just got one more lot to do here. And pull in. Lovely. Okay, a quick happy baby. So grab onto your heels or your ankles or behind your thighs and just pull those knees down towards your elbows. Your elbows? Armpits. Wow. Okay, and have a little rock around from side to side. Today's going swimmingly, don't you think? Okay, just for a moment there, and then we're going to come into some lovely knee rolls before we move on to our side leg series. So I'm going to start with the nice version, and you can choose to stay there or move on. So feet are together on the mat, knees are together. We're starting arms out to the sides, palms to ceiling, and we're getting those stiff lower backs loosened off. So let the knees drop down to the left as you look to the right, keeping this right shoulder blade down on the mat, and exhale as you use your tummy to pull the knees back to center. Inhale down on the other side, and exhale up again. So you can just stay with that movement if you want to, and that's a delightful one to do. This is a really good thing to do as well before you get out of bed in the morning, to just loosen off those lower backs. But if any of you want to go further, I'm going to turn my palms down to the floor, lift up into tabletop, one leg at a time. Again, knees and heels together, but I'm keeping my gaze directly up. And again, inhale down. Try not to lose that right angle under the knees. Exhale up, and only go so far as you can keep those shoulder blades down. A good little trick here to check if you've gone too far is when your knees are over to the side is to bring your hands into Dracula position, just to see if we fall off the mat. Inhale. Oh, teacher nearly fell off the mat. Exhale up. We're just going to do 4 more here. If you want to take it further still, just straighten the legs out if it works for you. But do keep that gaze straight up for these ones. Inhale down. Exhale up. Okay. And again, have a little roll around there. A little rock onto the lower back. And we're going to start with a little bit of side leg work today. Oh, I didn't give you a full body stretch. You're okay. You'll be fine. Okay. So we're going to come onto our sides, but I actually, I want to be on the forearm today for this start. And we're going to start with some slightly awkward inner thigh work. So the lower leg is going to be nice and straight. The upper foot, I want to put like that. So the ball of the foot is on the floor there and the knee is high. If that's too much for you, I don't mind if you just leave the foot like this. But if you can, we're here. Now, it's really easy in this position to collapse into your shoulder like this. It is imperative that you don't do that. So press that up and really pull up from the lower waist. And from here, I'm going to lengthen out that lower leg and just lift it very slightly. Exhale as I lift. Inhale down for 6, 5, same speed down as up. 4, 3, 2, and hold it high, and 10 little pulses. And release. So we should be feeling that in the inner thigh. Next, we're going to lengthen out that top leg, bring the knee in, and we're going to reach this arm over our head. Now from here, lift the top leg up, and as we inhale, the foot floats forward, and I'm bringing it to the hand, and exhale as I reach them away overhead. So inhale, forwards, exhale, reach overhead. 4 more of those. If you're not touching the toe, don't worry. It can be the knee, the shin, whatever. Last couple of these, but we're not going to rest just yet. Don't collapse in those shoulders. And back. Now from here, we're going to lift that leg for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then bring the knee in, and we're going to lift from there for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're almost there. Straighten the leg out again. Point the toe. Tap it on the floor in front and then behind. If you need to, you can bring this hand to behind your head or your waist. In front, behind. 4 more. In front, behind, front. Keep those elbows pressing into the floor. Last 2. Behind, in front, and behind. And then bring that knee in. It's a cheeky one, isn't it? And have a little bit of a rub of your hip flexors there. We're not actually finished on this side, unfortunately. We are going to do a tiny bit of side plank work, but I just would like to do some twists today. I'm going to show you both options before we do it, and everybody's going to be on a forearm. So if the side plank is quite a lot for you, you can just press your knees down like that, and I come up into this position. So again, I'm really pressing up from the lower waist. My elbow is directly below the shoulder, and the body is in a straight line. That's the first option. If you want to take it further, I'm going to straighten the legs out. I'm flexing the feet, and one is kind of behind the other one. My upper foot is behind my lower. And for this one, I'm just reaching up, and I'm just going to inhale as I let the hips come down, and exhale as I reach over my head, getting that lovely stretch into those back muscles as well. So inhale down, exhale up. 4 more. Lovely. Really push those hips high. Reach past your head, but don't let the shoulders bunch up to the ears. And number 6 there. Okay. Down we come. Oh. Have a little neck roll if you need. And then we are going to move on to the other side. Oh, goodness. Right. Okay. So we're on the forearm. The lower leg is lengthened out. You will find that one side is way more awkward than the other. And sometimes where you actually can't get the leg up off the floor on one side. So let's see which one it is. You might already know. So if you can, you're putting the ball of your foot down there. Otherwise, you're just relaxing here, whichever works for you. Now, elbow, we want under the shoulder. I'm pressing down so I'm not collapsing into that shoulder. The lower leg is pointed. This is the awkward one for me. So we're lifting. 5, is it awkward for you as well? 4, 3, same speed on the way up and down, 2, and hold, and we've got 10 little pulses. And release. It's very Jane Fonda, isn't it? Yes. Okay. Now, for our next one, we're going to come into that position. So bring the lower knee forwards again. Again, check your waist and lift it up. Top leg up, foot's flexed, arm overhead. And we're inhaling as we're bringing it in and exhaling as we stretch out. So inhale in, exhale out. Really reach past your head there. 4 more like this. And really drag those ribs in and together. Press the heel right away from the fingertips. Last one of these. Then we've got our lift. 6, 5, 4, 3. Then we bring the knee in. And again, you can move the hand position if you want to. I quite like the waist. And pulse up. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now pointy toes, we've got our taps, so we tap in front and behind, front and behind. 4 more, in front, behind, front. Nice big range of motion. Try not to arch the lower back when it goes back. Is this the last one? Yes, thank you. I'm so glad somebody can count. And then bring that knee in for a little rest, because it's certainly not me. Okay, so we've got our side planks to do now. Choose whether you want to be on your knees or your feet. And then plant that elbow underneath the shoulder. We're lifting up into our chosen side plank. And we're just going to inhale as we come down. Exhale, reach over. Inhale, down. Exhale, reach over. Plenty of height. Really pushing into the mat. This is halfway. And 4, 5, last one, 6. Lovely. Is it me, or did it just get a little warm in here? Yes, it's a little warm. I had a scarf on when I arrived. Okay, we're going to do a lovely bit of stretching for that. So let's have a little lie down. I'm going to do 2 different stretches here for this today. So the first one, we'll save the best for last, or what I think is the nicest. So take the ankle of the left foot, just above the ankle actually, the cankle, and put it over the right knee. And then just pull that right leg in. The left hand is going through the legs, and the right hand around the side to meet there. You can just rest your head and shoulders on the mat and just pull those in. You call this lazy pigeon, don't you, in yoga? Reclining pigeon. Pigeons are not lazy. Never lazy. Now, if you want to add a little extra something to this stretch, you can take your left hand and press just below the knee joint of the left leg away a little bit. And that'll just give you a touch more. So we're going to take 3 nice deep breaths here. And again, always imagining you're breathing into that area that's stretching. Lovely. And then we're going to untangle those legs. I'm putting the right cankle over the left knee. And I'm taking my right hand through the legs so it can meet with my left hand to pull those in the manner of a reclining pigeon. I think pigeons only recline like this if they've been hit by a car.
I say so. Or have too much to drink.
I hate a drunk pigeon.
Oh, no.
We digress. Take the hand to the leg if you want that extra little bit of stretch. And again, just take 3 more deep breaths into this area. Okay, we're going to bring those down, and now we're going to do the lovely car crash stretch. So if you'd like to pop your feet together, excuse me, knees together as well, sorry, and then take your arms out to the side, palms up, and let's let those knees drop down to the left as we look to the right and extend that right leg. Keep this shoulder blade down and just enjoy that stretch a little bit at the moment. If you want to bring the leg up higher or even bend the knee in, feel free, have a play with it, see what feels best for you. And we should be feeling a nice stretch where we were just doing all of that work before. Can I just make it clear that I love the tech man, even though I nearly made him cry earlier? Okay, bend that knee in, pull the knees back to center, same on the other side, so knees down to the right as we look to the left and extending that left leg. Please be sure to sink the rib cage down to the mat. Two more deep breaths there. Okay, lovely. Now you can bend that knee in, pull everything back to center. If you'd like a quick pull in of the knees to open out the lower back again, please do. But we are, excuse me, coming into our back section now. Okay, so thank you so much for joining us in our Pilates class today. That was half an hour of the class. If you would like to do the other half hour of that class, you can find that at the transformationstation.org TS Live online. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I look forward to seeing you next time.